Hi there. Good morning, everyone. I am Sam Ruth, psychologist, speaker, author, podcast host of the Be Ruthless Show, and widow. And it is Tuesday, and I am here. I thought I would do a little bit of a Q&A if anybody had questions, and I did get a couple. And last week I was out of it after the shooting in Boulder. And so I apologize. Thank you for being patient and bearing with me during that. I wanted to show up like I always do and say, like, that's all we can do. But I definitely wasn't myself. So thank you for being patient with me. Today, we had some questions about how do we pick up the pieces after such an enormous loss, a huge space in our lives. And I think that's a great question because I don't say it enough. And I think I need to say it more. I think especially in the initial aftermath, I think we have a lot of new members here from the aftermath of everything that's going on in Boulder. And I'd like to welcome you and thank you for being here. The community has been wonderful, and this is not how I wanted to become known and be here for Boulder, but I do love that we're all coming together and healing together. And in my journey through healing, there was a lot of pressure as a psychologist for me to pick up the pieces and bounce back. And I not only could I not do that, I was not willing to pretend that I could. So what I think the most important thing to do is to focus on surviving and healing. You just went through something traumatic, and we live in this fast-paced world that with drive-through restaurants and delivery everything and Amazon and like everything at our fingertips, and we don't do enough healing and we don't give ourselves permission to grieve. So yes, this show is called Picking Up the Pieces, but there is no pressure or timeline in how you do that. And when I was talking with one of my clients this past week, I told her that some of my breakthroughs occurred when it might have looked like I was doing absolutely nothing to others. Living in Colorado, we are surrounded by beauty and nature. And I sat outside with my dog in the middle of the grass. And to people walking by, I went to places I loved and I went to places I hadn't been, and I took my time just being outdoors because I love it, and that's what I needed. And to people walking by, it might have looked like I was staring into space and sitting playing with sticks in the dirt, but that's when I had some of my breakthroughs. So I don't want any of you to feel like there's a deadline or there's a rush, because if we don't allow ourselves to feel the feelings, it's going to bite us. It's going to come up in some other way. And whether it's a physical issue, whether it's anger and things in our relationships that surface in some other way. And we did when I had Victoria on a couple of weeks ago, she referred to it as imploding or exploding. And I love that reference. I've always said, if we resist, or what we resist persists. So I truly invite you to heal and survive however you need to. And yes, life does have to go on. We are here and we do have to get through it. But you have to do that your own way. And that's why I always say grieve your way. And it's different for each and every single one of us. So for me, I found a little bit of peace and comfort in nature. And I invite you to think about where you might find some peace and comfort in these devastating times that you're going through. My website talks about how I was finger painting at 3 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. And that's something I used to enjoy doing as a kid. It's something I have fun doing with my nieces. So I did it. There's absolutely no constructive value in my life. I am not an artist by any means, but it got me through the night. It helped me get some stuff out. And so, how do you pick up the pieces? I think you have to do it in a way that best suits you. And I'm sorry that's not the best answer and a how-to manual that you're looking for, because I know you're in deep pain and I know this is an awful time. But I think it's relevant. I think it's important for each and every one of us to do something that brings us some sort of smile or joy or peace, or we've lost enough, right? So when we first go through loss and trauma, our brains are also affected. So I love reading, but I couldn't read. My brain could not process. I couldn't understand. So Audible, I went to books on tape, and but even that was too much for my brain right away. So that's why I'm saying, think about what you might enjoy doing. I know nothing's enjoyable right now. That's why I'm saying it delicately. Everything is a trigger right now, and I understand that. I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't listen to music. I couldn't go for a drive. Like the things that I do enjoy escaping reality, like when I need to just get my mind off difficult things, didn't work. So sitting outside and looking at the beauty surrounding me worked. Finger painting worked. I think there are other arts and crafts, things. I think you have to dig deep. And I think it takes going back to thinking about, like, what did we like doing when we were kids, when we didn't have responsibilities? And I know we all have responsibilities now, and I know they matter, but that's why I'm saying your job is to survive and heal. If you are not okay, you won't be able to handle your responsibilities. So I say surviving and healing takes precedence over all of that. And you have to get through the basic daily tasks like sleeping, getting nutrition, showering, the bare minimum. And in addition to that, finding some sort of peace. Joy is too far away. You can't get there right now. So, and then the second question is, how do we feel normal again? How do we get back to normal again? Number one, what is that? And I'm not going to lie to you and say that you will. I'm not the same Sam I used to be. I don't do all of the same things that I did. And I think that you need to accept that. And I laughed again. I did not believe I would laugh again. I did not believe I would have fun again. I did not believe I would hope again. Those things will happen, I promise you. And you can watch some of these other videos and you can look through my posts. I promise it will happen. But I can't promise that you'll be the same you were before this loss, before this devastation. That doesn't have to be the end of the world. I know Jim would love this Sam. I know he's proud of this Sam. I know that I am doing things and I have found a voice that I didn't have before. Yeah, the life of the party social butterfly, she's not here. And I'm okay with that. I have accepted that. And you will too. The parts of you that maybe aren't around, and maybe they will be. And you'll also find better parts. But I think that's too big of a picture. It's too big of a picture to think about all that we've lost. We cannot go back and think about all of that. We will get devastated and get caught in the I hate life, right? Jim's not here. Life as I knew it and all of the dreams that I had are gone. I can't get caught in that spiral. And I can't get caught in the spiral of what the hell is next? Where do I go from here? Forever is too big of a picture to think about. So we can only think about this moment. And I've talked about that in some videos before as well. So I'm sorry that these answers aren't 2 + 2 = 4, and I don't have a cookie cutter mold for you. But I hope that I've given you some guide and some way to get through the moments. And breathing is a big one. I stop and I breathe a lot. And my method is inhaling for a count of 4, holding it for a count of 4, and exhaling for a count of 4. There's a lot of other strategies. A lot of people talk about, inhaling gratitude and exhaling fear or pain. And I think, again, that's 2 or 3 steps ahead of where we are. I focus just on counting, and that kind of gets me out of my head and all of the other thoughts. So I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I also just want to talk about how this has inspired me to bring back groups. This is a group, obviously, but this is a big group. I started as an intern working with small groups, and I have always really seen a benefit in working with a small group of people for an extended period of time. It's intimate to work one-on-one, but there's some serious value in what we can get from each other as well. So I am bringing back groups of 6 that I'm going to work with for a year. And I posted about it. Done is better than perfect. So I'm not going to take forever making it pretty and getting it all Sam perfect. I'm a recovering perfectionist, remember? So I will get it up and ready as soon as I have some help with the tech stuff and get it out here for you. But it's going to be twice a month calls together. And hi. Sorry, I haven't been looking at the comments. And in addition to having a call with me, I'm going to bring on some experts and guest speakers. The one that I'm most excited to talk about would be Jack Canfield. But I have gotten away from it, and I'm excited. So I'm going to do one for grief and one for anxiety. And I already have some people interested. And being that it's so small, if you're interested, message, comment, let me know, because space is filling. And I think it would be really helpful to have other people who have been through what you've been through. And the other thing is, at the end of the year, I'm going to do a retreat for all of us to be together. Obviously, my vote would be in Colorado, since it's the best state in the country. But depending on where the 6 people in the group are from, we'll see what everybody thinks. So that is what's on the horizons. And I hope you're all hanging in there. Thanks for reaching out to me. I'm going to do a better job of posting this in the events, inviting everybody, tagging everyone, and having this a little bit more organized with some new members of the team helping me out. Again, my heart is with everyone in Boulder. Please let me know if there's anything else you need, and I will see you all soon.